Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Student, it's me, Dr. Adnan, your teacher for organizational behavior. Today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, and this topic is about leadership. Well, students, why I call this topic is interesting, there are so many reasons behind it. First and foremost is I guess everyone wants to be a leader, no matter they are going to explicitly say this, but we have this innate tendency or we have this motivation to be a leader in the organization, in our society, even at home. So we want to be a leader. People should admire us, should appreciate us, the way we are heading towards some goals. So, since we want to be a leader, that is the reason this topic, the leadership. There are some topics which have been researched a lot, and leadership is among those topics. You can find so many studies about the leadership, and majority of studies were about uh, how one can be a leader, and second one, who can be an effective leader, like what you do to be an effective in the organization, in the society, or wherever you are. Before proceeding, students, what do you think, who is a leader? Can you define this term, this construct, in a very simple way? All right, here I got some definitions of leadership or of a leader. Leadership is the art of motivating a group of people to act toward achieving vision or common goal. Here we got a punchline. Achieving a vision or common goal. Basically, there are two punch statements, and that is motivating a group of people, motivating individuals or followers towards a goal or objective or the purpose. Now, this concept is important. Basically, leader is the person who's going to motivate you, who has a vision in his mind or stated goal, and he is going to motivate, he's going to inspire you to achieve those goals. What about the other definition? Leadership is the ability to guide others without force into a direction or decision that leaves them still feeling empowered and accomplished. So basically, leadership is the way to influence. That what we have already discussed in power and politics. Like leader has the power, but now you can recall the concept of the positional and organizational power. So he is going to influence you by his character, or maybe because of his words or his charisma. So that's what the difference we have between a leader and the manager. A leader is the person who's going to influence you, who's going to motivate you, or who is going to direct you towards certain direction. But that influence or that motivation is not because of the authority or because of any kind of force. Rather, the leader is going to influence by his words, by his charisma, or by his inspirational speeches. He has a compelling vision in his mind, and the vision is going to be quite overarching. Yet, people are going to be convinced. People, I mean the followers, about the achievement of that vision. So, what I told you here, we got the difference between a leader and the manager. Manager is also going to motivate you, but that motivation is it's coming from his position, from his authority. There are two extremes of the manager, like how he's going to motivate you or how he's going to channelize your efforts. Either because of the authority, he has the power. If you are not going to do this, so then he is going to either snub you, or he's going to exercise some punishment or some negative rewards. And if you are going to do something positive, so he is going to reward you in a positive way. Or maybe the manager is going up to another extreme. He can be quite pleading in nature. He can go with some emotional speeches like please 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 do this and it's going to be very good. So maybe you feel, a kind of sympathy to do something. So manager can exercise his authority or can be quite submissive, but in either case people are not going to be motivated because of their drive, because of their inner self. Rather, they are compelled to do something because they are emotionally hijacked, or maybe because of they have the fear to do something, right? The other side is the leadership. A leader has power in his words, in his statements. They automatically drive a fierce resolve, a motivation, a dedication. He has a goal, a vision, which is going to be quite compelling, maybe quite difficult, yet people are going to believe, yes, we can achieve this vision. Think about all of your leaders. Here we got the Steve Jobs and the Jack Ma and the Bill Gates. Now think about all of them. So what kind of idea they had in their minds? So Steve Jobs, he had the idea of the iPhone, all the Apple product. So how would you be feeling around 20 or 30 years ago if someone would be telling you like, I just want to introduce a phone or any gadget which can be operated by your fingers, and people may have a computer in their hands and they can do anything. And now you can say you have all of your word in your mobile phones. The idea was quite challenging, yet people had the belief, and now you can see that dream is the reality. What about the Jack Ma and what he told his followers, his team? The coming world, the next era is going to be about internet or e-commerce. All the tradings are going to be through this computer and internet. And if we are not going to capitalize this opportunity, then someone else gonna capitalize. They gonna exploit this opportunity. So we have to grab it. Initially, now his speeches are available on the YouTube on some informational sources, and you can find he was quite determined to achieve his vision, and people had a belief on him. And now you can say he is a quite successful businessman. Bill Gates, we have a lot of respect for him because he introduced the MS Office and all the Microsoft products. Now you can see the kind of advancement we have even in MS Office. The speech recognition ability, it's mind blowing. It's quite, a big breakthrough. But my point is, you can think about 20 to 30 years ago, if someone would be telling you like, things can be in either way. So people, for maybe a layman, won't have a belief, but how people had a belief on him because they have inspirational speeches, and they drive that passion, and finally that fanatic passion ultimately comes into the reality, and now the world is enjoying all what you can see, right? So your word is again in your hand, and that is your mobile phone. And it was maybe a few decades ago, it was just a vision, and now it's a reality because of the leaders. You can think about the leaders. All these leaders are basically from the corporate world, from the business and management world. So you can think about the leaders in our society. So Qaid Azam, the the biggest leader of all time. So now you can see what he has gifted us. It was literally just a dream of any Muslim who was living in the subcontinent, and finally it's a reality, and we are literally blessed with Pakistan. So students, leader is someone who's going to inspire you, and that's what you can find the definition in terms of the leader is going to challenge the status quo. he is going to challenge the status quo, means that people are going to follow a programmed or patterned way. Yet he is going to say, no, the things can be like this. And the point is, we are comfortable the way we are doing things. Things are normally programmed in our mind. Like you can think about your routine, the way you get up, you have your college routine, you have your sports routine, so you are quite comfortable. And but if you have to achieve something different, something mind blowing, then you have to change your routine. And but if you have to achieve something which is which seems too difficult, then you have to have that passion, and that's why we call them, they have to challenge the status quo. And they are creative, and precisely they manage change quite effectively. Change management is whenever there is a change, people are going to resist, no matter what kind of change we are going to brought in, but people are going to resist. A good leader can effectively manage change. A leader knows how to motivate better than anyone, right? You'll find so many individuals in a group, whether it's a formal group or informal group, but a leader is the person who can motivate better than any other person. And they automatically evolve in a group setting. You can find, if you are going for a hiking, then you would automatically see if there is a person who has that leading capacity, so he's going to evolve automatically. The task of the leader is to get his people from where they are to where they have not been. So again, they are going to take you along, and he is going to take you along like he is the part of that team. Though he's a leader, but normally leaders think themselves they are the part of the team, and they have to do the entire work also by themselves in a team form. The direction also their part, their own role, and then they have to motivate at different phases. Sometimes people feel lethargic because when you have difficult goals, then you're gonna find some challenges on and off.